You did not attract a narcissist by accident. You were chosen because you were strong. Empathy, loyalty, love, they targeted that, not your weakness, your greatest strengths. That myth that victims are weak is wrong. It is completely and dangerously backwards. Narcissists avoid weak people. Too boring. They hunt the ones worth breaking down. And if that lands somewhere, keep watching, because tactic number 4 changes everything. Most advice tells you to cut them off. But what if you cannot leave yet? What if they live with you right now? What if they're your boss or parent? These 5 tactics work from the inside. Think about the last argument you had. You had facts, you had proof, evidence. You laid it all out so clearly, and somehow still ended up apologizing. That's not confusion, that's design. They engineered that outcome from the start. You walked in thinking it was a conversation. They walked in knowing it was a trap. That sick feeling after, that's the point. They needed you confused, small, and grateful. Grateful for scraps of their approval. Grateful they stayed after you acted out. Grateful for the calm after the storm. And you kept trying to earn that calm, explaining yourself more carefully each time, writing the perfect message, deleting it, rewriting it, sending it, getting nothing back, or worse, getting cruelty dressed as honesty. You kept thinking you were the problem. They worked very hard to make you think that. Every fight reshaped slightly in their favor. Every memory slowly replaced with their version until you stopped trusting your own mind. That's where they want you, unsteady. But that's also where this ends. Tactic 1. Become the most boring person alive. Not rude, not cold, just deeply uninteresting. Narcissists feed on one thing above all. Not love, not fear, your reaction. The way your face changes when they strike. The tremble in your voice when you defend yourself. That activation, that's their whole meal. So stop serving it completely. They ask a loaded question, you say, okay. Flat voice, neutral face, nothing to grab. They escalate, you give them less, not more. No explanation, no defense, no visible pain. A gray rock on the side of the road. Nobody photographs it, nobody picks it up, nobody talks about it because there's nothing there. That's you now in their presence. And a bored narcissist will go find another target. Not maybe, that's how this works every time. You're not punishing them with silence. You're starving them out completely. The kitchen is closed. No more reactions on the menu. This one takes practice. It will feel unnatural. They will push harder at first to get a response. Stay flat, stay boring, stay unreachable. The gray rock is your first line of defense. And tactic 2, that one goes on the offense. That's where you quietly flip the power. Keep watching, because it's only one sentence long, one sentence that completely dismantles their story, and they never see it coming. Tactic 2. Ask them to explain it slowly. Narcissists build stories designed for speed, thrown at you fast before your brain catches up, so you react before you have time to think. Slow the story down, and it falls apart. Here's the only sentence you need. That's interesting. Can you help me understand? Calm voice, curious face, completely sincere tone. No accusation hidden inside, no sarcasm, nothing sharp. Just a genuine request for slow, clear explanation. Watch what happens. The story starts unraveling. They repeat themselves, but with different details. They get irritated that you're not reacting. They accuse you of twisting their words already. You just nod and say, "Help me understand better."
Their version of events was never built for inspection. It was built to be swallowed fast, not examined. You're not fighting them, you're just asking, and that quiet, patient asking is their nightmare. Here's the beautiful part about this tactic. If their explanation actually holds up, great, you learned something real and true and useful. If it falls apart, and it will, you know. Either way, you win something important back. You win clarity, and clarity is power. Every time you use this, your confidence builds. They stop bringing you messy stories to swallow because you've started asking too many questions. But your memory is still under attack every day. Tactic 3 protects the one thing they target most. Tactic 3, start keeping a quiet record, not to use against them, not yet, just for you, just to stay sane. There's a specific cruelty in gaslighting. They don't just lie, they erase your reality. They tell you what you heard was wrong, what you felt was dramatic, what you saw misread. And after long enough, you start agreeing with them. That's the goal. A person who doubts themselves, doubts everything they know, cannot fight back. So after every significant conversation, you write it down, a note in your phone, a voice memo, anything, what was said, when, how it made you feel. No drama, no interpretation, just the facts, exactly like you would track something at work. Date, event, out.
Exactly what you saw and heard. What this does over time is extraordinary. Your clarity comes back like muscle memory returning. Every time you write it, you affirm yourself. You tell yourself, this happened and it was real. When they later try to rewrite the memory, and they will, they always do, you have the receipt, sitting there quietly. You may never show them. You may never need to. This record is not a weapon pointed outward. It is a shield protecting your inner truth. The gaslighting stops having anywhere to land because your ground is no longer soft beneath you. It is solid. It is yours. It is documented. But there is still one trap they use constantly. Tactic 4. Quietly rebuild your outside world. This one is the tactic narcissists fear most. Not your anger, not your confrontations. This, a full life they cannot reach or control. Think about the last time they criticized a friend. Nothing dramatic, just a small, quiet comment. She's using you. He doesn't really care. Nobody understands you the way that I do. Each comment sounds almost reasonable on its own. Together, they add up to one thing: isolation. Because a person with a full life can leave, and leaving is the one thing they cannot allow. So here's what you do. Slowly, quietly, text the friend you've been avoiding lately. Say yes to the dinner you kept skipping. Sign up for the class. Pick up the hobby. Find one thing each week that belongs only to you. Something they had no hand in creating. Something they cannot twist or take or minimize. You're not running. You're not planning escape. You're simply living your life fully, like you always had the absolute right to. But underneath that, something powerful is building. Every new connection is a door they cannot lock. Every person who knows your real story is a witness. Every piece of life outside them is freedom growing. They'll feel something shifting and not name it. Just the grip loosening, and they'll panic quietly. You don't fight your way out of this. You grow your way out, bigger than the cage, until the bars simply don't reach you anymore. That feeling of helplessness they built starts dissolving, not because you fought, because you grew. And when you combine this with Tactic 5, the one nobody ever talks about, the whole structure they built collapses completely. This last tactic is not about what you do, it's about what you finally stop doing inside. And it's the one that costs the most to learn, but it's also the one that sets you completely free. Tactic 5. Stop needing them to understand you. I know, it sounds too simple. Keep reading.
When something unfair happens, we seek understanding. We go back, we explain with better words, we write the message, delete it, rewrite it. We have the conversation in our heads on repeat, thinking, if I just find the right way, they'll finally see. Something will click. They'll feel what they did. They'll change. That hope, that specific hope, that's the chain. A narcissist cannot give you that understanding, not because they are incapable of it, but because your understanding serves them nothing. They already know exactly what they did. The performance of not knowing keeps you returning. Every time you come back to explain yourself, you're telling them their approval still matters, that you still need something only they can give, and as long as you need it, they have you. The day you stop needing it, everything collapses. Here's your challenge for this week. Just one. Pick one tactic. Only one. Start there. Gray rock one conversation. Ask one clarifying question. Write down one memory before you sleep tonight. Text one person you've been avoiding for months, or simply decide today you stop explaining yourself. That decision alone will change your entire life. If this hits somewhere real, subscribe right now. We are not done. The next video goes deeper. Tell me below, which tactic are you starting with?